This evening, the striking images of how the extreme dry spell is shrinking crops and farmers' earnings in Downs, Manchester. As you'll hear from Krista Campbell, there's an urgent appeal for help, even as farmers prepare to replant.
Rainfall depends on rain and fall, I know.
And so farmers in Downs, Manchester say their businesses have been living up to that name and going down since the start of the summer.
Yeah, about 450,000 water I spend different for seed and fertilizers. And time and grass.
The images are telling. Acres of crops and farm animals are scorched under the fierce heat.
They don't do that. We can say in burial a pig over the heat alone, drunk the pig, no can't try. And them plan get hot and hard and everything. Nobody not present for the amount of water.
On that side it was cucumber. And I lose a cucumber crop altogether. I have a sweet corn over the top. I lose the sweet corn altogether because we lack of water. We plant it with sorrel and see there, one tree no more growth of it. One bigger tree. And if you look at them hatch out back.
From church, when the summer start, from in June, July come down, we're supposed to buy more than 22 load of water. At $30,000 load from trucking. I'm still not getting nothing. As that piece of tomato and melon, I try to set off with it. I'm still not seeing nothing.
So 2 nurses in my hall and back off, no water planting. Nothing at all. We don't get nothing so.
Jumbo watermelons reduced to a paradox.
See the melon, they don't go more this side, so they're ripe. I'm good. See, they're ripe. And this one big, them melon should have picked now. And so they look. $11,000 for the melon, see them, and it's a big jumbo melon. Then. And then come more, and it's supposed to be
11,500.
It's supposed to be about this size, the melon, it's supposed to look fast. And through the drought, as you look by the water route, and the sun up and dry up.
Farmers say the lack of piped water even before the dry spell has also made things worse, and the irrigation water they purchase for their farms does not measure up to the heat.
They have overhead water on the garden. The tomato won't burn off the truss off of it. Because you notice the truss gone from the tomato, so you don't have much bearing. Because the overhead water that keep the tree top cool, that burn the blossom. But a little water will come from the drip up there. I'm going to build with the root so you can survive the top of the tree.
They lament that help has been lacking and are urging the authorities to intervene even as they prepare for the next crop season.
See them heap up the trash and go plant it back. Because when the rain comes, plant it back because it's dead out altogether.
Krista Campbell, TVJ News.
Now to Ganja farmers in Westmoreland who say they're optimistic following a permit tour by the Cannabis Licensing Authority. Scores of farmers gathered in Darlington on Thursday to get information on how they can become regularized. Kimberly Petty reports.
The auditorium at the Enfield Primary School in Darlington, Westmoreland was filled with ganja farmers eager to get a taste of the legal cannabis economy. Many at present are operating illegally, but on Thursday, they made the critical step to get themselves regularized.
Me feel proud that time come, a long time. Time come, a time come. This will happen a long time.
I think it's a good thing because the users of marijuana and the farmers, they are being stigmatized for years. And it's a good thing that the government came up with the CLA who are regularizing the cultivation and the sale of marijuana products.
It was an excellent day to know about to get the legal license for the marijuana, and I am a farmer, so I really appreciate it.
The CLA says the special permit program tour is geared at educating locals on the regulated industry opportunities. Zachary Hines, a resident of Darlington, says he has always had an interest in the legal industry and that this tour has piqued his interest.
CLA has actually provided us with the proper guidelines, the proper permits, so we and the police and have no issues. So this is a really heart-touching thing for me, and I hope the rest of the persons in Westmoreland and Jamaica on a whole can actually take into this, because you're getting the legal permission to do this.
Farmer Blake is the CEO of the CLA. She says she's encouraged by the turnout and stressed the significance of farmers becoming regularized.
It is very important because it does not conflict with law. And once you are operating illegally, then the raids that we hear about, those will happen. If you have a permit to operate your ganja farm, that can't happen to you.
She went further.
Jamaica is world renowned for ganja. And it is just about high time that we step into that. the Cannabis Licensing Authority is offering 2 pathways to commercial inclusion. And so I would encourage any ganja farmer to take advantage of it, because I never in my lifetime thought that we would be having that conversation in 2026.
Member of Parliament for Eastern Westmoreland, Dr. Krista Campbell, says 80% of the economic activity in the constituency is linked to agriculture. While crediting the CLA for the initiative, he says it is not without challenges.
Some of them are concerned as to whether or not if they come out and show themselves, whether or not their farms will be ready. So there has to be a certain level of trust between what takes place here with the CLA and the JCF in terms of us trying to regularize these persons.
Kimberly Petty, TVJ News.
In part 2 of our look at Jamaica's AI Wellness Companion, we examine 2 critical concerns: what happens when a user is in crisis and how secure their most personal information is. Sandy Williams tells us more.
While an AI companion may offer a private space to talk, there is a critical distinction between a digital conversation and professional mental health care, which is particularly important when someone is experiencing a crisis. In a case of suspected self-harm or suicide, TrueBiz developers say the platform is designed to immediately recognize the warning signs and prioritize the crisis.
So if you express that you want to harm yourself, there are safeguards in place. So there are links to the suicide hotline depending on the country that you're in. And if you tell TrueBiz that, it's going to flag that and it's going to start working. It's going to, for example, put some of the other issues that you mentioned to the back burner and focus mainly on the issue at hand right now, which is suicide, right?
The company says the system will provide crisis contacts and guide the user through grounding steps while they seek professional help. But mental health professionals stress that technology should never be treated as the emergency service itself.
AI might tell you, you should call the police, but will you call the police? You should call your community health aid. Are you going to call your community health aid? Can they give you a number right there and then? I'm not too sure about that. Can they tap into the police or community health or a hospital or a family member to call that person for you? I don't know about that. But you know what I do know? I do know that when my clients are in crisis and I see a black DM or I get a voice note at 4 o'clock in the morning, I can respond to that. I can call an emergency contact. I can talk them off the ledge.
The question of privacy is another major consideration. A wellness app built around the conversation can potentially collect some of the most intimate information a person is willing to share. TrueBiz developers say that information is encrypted before being stored. The technology arrives as Jamaica seeks to expand access to mental health care, but it also raises important questions about where AI fits into that system. Could AI help close some of the gaps in mental health support without becoming a substitute for the professionals who provide it?
I think AI could be a good intake tool. Like I said, a therapist assistant is what I see AI as. So the intake forms, monitoring and helping someone to practice their skills and monitoring their emotions between appointments. So as a check-in tool, okay, check in if you did your breathing, check in if you did your journaling, that type of thing, then yes, it can work.
It doesn't replace therapy because we would never try to replace a professional or a medical professional, but it does help bridge that gap between that time where you want to take the step to go to therapy or until you're ready to go to therapy. And you can also use it in between your therapy sessions.
The experiment now is whether technology can make it easier for someone to take that first step toward getting help. Sandy Williams, TVJ News.
And coming up in this newscast, fires across England and Wales prompt national alert as 19 homes destroyed. We'll be right back.